烈的播送。亲爱的炸弹，你炸不死我！全民开炮，开炮 ，Let me hear it！ 痛快引爆，引爆 ，Let me hear it go！ 全民开炮，开炮 ，Let me hear it！ 痛快引爆，引爆！
再次的欢迎所有现场的球迷朋友们，今天下午来参加台新梦想家我们全新球季的开始，在今天下午的开幕战。今天下午的开幕战马上要准备展开，所以在这边也要再一次的麻烦来到现场的所有的球迷朋友们，能够尽速入座，跟我们一起来期待我们今天下午的开场演出。谢谢大家。Alright， 各位现场的球迷朋友们，来点G04！耶！彰化的朋友们，大家午安 ！Are you ready？ 欢迎大家持续来到我们的现场来，作为我们今天的联盟历史的开幕战，一定有很多话想要先跟大家说一下。Yeah。在这边要再一次欢迎所有的球迷朋友们来今天我们的我梦主场，跟我们一起来迎接，这真的是一个全新的起点。P.LEAGUE 在今天下午的开幕战，我是 Brian， 欢迎各位，也欢迎我们所有的梦想家人们。我是DJ阿奇，我们旁边呢也是我们的专属的吉祥物幽尼兽，以及颜值最高、质量最好的 Formosa Sexy， 还有我们这一次大会的另外一个吉祥物 Richard， 一起陪伴我们，帮大家来加油呐喊。Yeah， 今天不只是一个全新赛季的开始，同时也是我们冠名伙伴台新银行的梦想新起点的开始。希望大家从今天开始能够感受得到，我们从场内到场外一连串的不只是精彩的比赛、有趣的活动，跟着我们继续的梦下去，让我们一起狂下去。对，如同我们的口号一下，跟我们一起梦，一起超越无限。Go Dreamers， 准备好了吗？待会我们很简单的口号，加油一下，需要大家跟着我们一起。我说梦想家，你们说加油，在每一个进球、每一个 play 都需要你们大声的呐喊。今天这边是我们的主场，是我们台新梦想家的家，我们就要把主场的胜利留在我们的今天。准备好了吗 ？OK， 梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！再一次感受到大家的热情，大声一点！梦想家，加油！
让我们在休息室当中的所有的球员们也同样的能够听得到我们的加油声。在今年是我们 Plus League 成立的元年哦，真的是非常感谢各界持续的跟我们一起来推动，同时呢，让我们的台湾的篮球进入到新的局面。当然，这对于我们在地的球迷朋友们来说，绝对是一大福音。也在这边要特别感谢4个不同的球团、4个不同的俱乐部，跟我们一起持续的来打造更多的梦想。不管是从球队的行销，到我们对于球员的努力下足了功夫。从今天开始，也希望大家能够跟我们一起来好好感受。而在今年2020年，在全球各地持续的受到了不同的挑战，我们能够在疫情肆虐的这一个时局当中，能够让我们的 Plus League 如期开赛。现场的朋友们，请给我们联盟一个掌声鼓励 ！Yeah！ 现在是时候了，请各位跟我一起把我们的目光投向我们的大荧幕，来欣赏我们这一段精彩的影片。Plus League 从今年的5月开始，从无到有，怀抱着20年磨一剑的决心哦，一直以来跟着所有的球迷朋友们持续的打拼，怀抱的其实就是一个对于篮球的热忱，希望能够为台湾的篮坛开启一个全新的局面。我们持续的向基层来扎根 ，Plus 我们希望的当然就是不论对于是球技也好。对于环境也好，对于全台各地台湾的篮坛、台湾的球迷朋友们，我们同样的都希望能够一天比一天更好、更精彩。希望给大家每一场都是非常精彩的比赛。在接下来的时间当中，我想请各位跟我一起用掌声来欢迎我们 Plus League 联盟的执行长，请让我们来欢迎陈建州陈执行长。执行长午安。
谢谢大家来，谢谢。
现场的朋友们，请再一次给我们的执行长陈建州先生一个热情的掌声鼓励。也许只是简简单单的一句话， 可是就像刚刚所提到的，我们怀抱着20年磨一剑的心情，我们在今天这一个下午看到他从无到有，这一切的一切，在执行长的一句话当中道尽了感谢。在这边同样的要再一次的谢谢我们的4个球团，我们所有的球员们的努力，另外当然还包括了我们在座的每一位球迷，也请给自己一个热情的掌声鼓励。台湾能够拥有像这样子的一个篮球的职业联盟，真的是非常非常的骄傲。让我们所有的球员朋友们呢，能够有一个征战的舞台，让所有的球迷朋友们在感官上面都有全新的享受。而福尔摩沙台新梦想家3年之前，我们从 ABL 开始征战着世界各国、世界各个地区的强权球队。而从今年开始，我们也很荣幸能够成为 P.LEAGUE 的一份子，在全新的一季当中，跟我们的冠名的伙伴，跟着台新银行一起来并肩作战。真的要感谢所有球迷朋友们的热情支持，我们也要感谢一直以来支持着我们所有梦想家人们的所有的各个不同的伙伴们。在这边我也想要一一的介绍，一一的感谢，也要再一次的麻烦在座的各位球迷朋友们跟我们一起来热烈的掌声。首先先来谢谢我们的指导单位，感谢教育部体育署，也要谢谢彰化县政府，还有中华民国篮球协会，请给我们的3个指导单位热情的掌声鼓励。而另外，在民间各个不同的产业当中，我们也有很多的赞助伙伴。没有你们，我们这一个梦想家族是不会在今天的这个球场上面出现。所以也请感谢我们的赞助伙伴台新银行，谢谢海硕集团、博君资本、橘子集团、文心建设、曼代玛莲、一方水果茶、泰山企业、提盐、iQueen、秀传医疗体系、朝日堂、汉草训练、Nike、犀牛顿以及 Hyperice， 谢谢我们所有的合作伙伴，跟着我们台新梦想家一起梦，一起狂，让我们新的一个球季当中超越无限，继续的梦想不灭。同时，我们说到一直以来我们的这个合作的伙伴，在这边我们真的要感谢所有的彰化，还包括了我们整个大台中区、我们中部地区的所有的球迷朋友们，一直以来对于我们梦想家的支持以及鼓励，成为我们的梦想家人。我们也特别要感谢彰化，能够让我们的梦想家成为彰化的一份子。在这边，我也要欢迎今天特别来到我们的开幕战的几位贵宾。我待会在这个介绍的时候，也请稍微起个身，跟我们现场的朋友们打个招呼。首先，先要欢迎的是彰化县教育处的副处长张淑珠，张副处长今天来到现场，以及彰化县议会的议长谢卫才先生，欢迎议长谢议长来到现场。另外还包括了我们彰化县的县长，我们的大家长王惠美王县长，今天同样来到现场，欢迎。接下来我也要请各位跟我一起用最热烈的掌声来欢迎我们彰化县的大家长，再一次的让我们用最热烈的掌声欢迎王县长为我们致辞。县长午安。
我们谢议长，还有联盟的我们的陈执行长，现场所有的贵宾，以及我们所有球迷们，大家好。
好，
首先在这边，我们梦想家虽然才成军3年，那可以说一路走来，在彰化县民非常多人的一个支持之下，那从无到有，已经有一番好的一个成果。那特别是他对于我们向下扎根篮球这个部分也非常的卖力，让我们非常多的学子那对于篮球呢更加的喜好，那带动我们的这个运动。特别彰化县是以运动来作为我们城市的行销，我们除了有非常棒的路跑、现在的篮球以及我们的棒球等等，也欢迎我们所有爱好运动的朋友有空多来彰化。彰化有山有水，我们呢更有好的人情。来到这边有美食，有15个观光工厂，20几个我们的休闲农场，可以让大家来这边过着不一样的一个体会。等一下球场结束之后，旁边的体育场刚好有我们的这一个岁末。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. This afternoon's matchup will be the Formosa Taishin Dreamers hosting the Taipei Fubon Braves. There we're getting the aerial shots around town. It is our privilege to bring you the opening game of the Plus League basketball season. The first year represents so much. The establishment of home arenas, the powerhouse basketball team *PLEAGUE taking the 4th in a row and joining in, the return of the Braves and Dreamers from international league competition, the birth of a brand new franchise in the Hsinchu G01 Lioneers, and above all, the revival of professional basketball here in Taiwan. There we have our matchup cards on the left, the Taishin Fubon Braves. I'm Ryan Chen, very proud to bring you the English broadcast wherever you're watching. Thank you for tuning in. On screen right now are our colleagues on the Mandarin side, from left to right, Aaron and Coach Afen and Taibao on the right side. But after all of that, it is my honor to introduce my color commentator, championship head coach Benjamin David Metcalf, known in Taiwan as my Banda. Coach Ben, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, and I'm excited to be here and share this with everybody across the whole world.
Right now, the Formosa Sexy doing their pregame performance. Stick around for, there's a very special treat in store for us. Coach Ben was an assistant coach, then a head coach for 5 years with *PLEAGUE, and we'll get to his introduction in a little bit.
好，谢谢Formosa Sexy 带来精彩又动感的开场表演。这时候呢，待会也要来持续 keep 住大家的热情，来帮我们的台新梦想家加油。今天就在历史性的开幕战呢，需要大家支持，各位就是我们最佳的第6人，一定要帮我们拿下我们主场的胜利。希望大家开心的离开，每一个进球，每一个呐喊呢，都需要你们帮我们大声的加油。再来喊一下我们的口号：梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！梦想家。准备好的话，大家待会就要热烈的掌声加尖叫声，欢迎我们的球员们了。
OK， 我们在今天要看到的，待会就会是迎接我们第1场我们开幕战的球队台北富邦勇士队，待会会出现在这一个礼拜我们所看到冠名伙伴台新银行的主题周，希望所有来到现场的球迷朋友们也不要忘记了参与我们的活动，在待会我们的中场时间有机会可以把好礼带回家。OK， 接下来就让我们准备来欢迎我们今天下午的客场球队来到闯通台北富邦勇士。首先介绍 Number 0赖廷恩 ，Number 2简伟荣，7号 Number 7张国维。8号 Number 8周冠宇 ，Number 13林梦璇，21号 Number 21曾祥军 ，Number 23 23号石伯恩，以及今天下午的先发球员3号张宗宪 ，Number 17 Michael Singletary。14号蔡文成 Number 4, Number 32, Eor Zayston， 以及 Number 12 12号林志杰。教练团，台北富邦勇士教练团总教练 Head Coach 许晋哲，以及4位助理教练 Assistant Coaches 吴永仁、曾志正、张志正、林伟浩、魏维。也请富邦勇士队的球员们请回到球员席，谢谢。福尔摩沙台新梦想家在这个球季重新出发，准备让所有的球迷朋友们耳目一新，超越自己，超越无限，梦想不灭。
很开心今天大家都在。那我跟大家讲个事情，其实平常我们自己是不会提起这2个字。
回头是一定找不到的啊。
看到的可能不一样，但我们目标一样。
磊哥，今年有设定什么目标吗？
没有啦，这没什么好说的，说出来就不准。我们都用做的。说的是，我们今天都在这里，我们都是梦想家。
我们都在这里，我们就是台新梦想家。Number 0， 出生之徒吴卫虎，优质射手陈振杰。以小庞大，没在怕，拼劲十足。Number 7， G01。强攻禁区，无所畏惧。梦想坦克，王柏志 Number 10。纵横全场，飙速跑车 ，Number 11， 我们的赛德克勇士林俊杰。Number 23， 台美混血双能后卫Chen，Give it up！ 只要出手就准备命中，3分球的代名词 ，Number 30， 吴松文。外线禁区一把照，梦想家的定心丸 ，Number 1， 天。Alright, next up， 我们今天下午的 Starting Five， 首先 Number 18， 冲锋陷阵，攻守兼备，强力大手姚胜杰。Number 26， 战守能攻，升级版本的台湾魔兽李德威。 Number 12，梦想航空篮筐轰炸机 G01。Number 2，篮球场就是他的课堂，塔克老师 Anthony Tucker。梦想进化的核心 ，Number 6，阿美族战士杨建德。接下来，让我们也来欢迎我们的教练团，总教练 Head Coach Kyle Julius， 助理教练 Assistant Coach 刘文和以及赖柏联。现场的球员们，让我们一起来欢迎今年的台新梦想家。也请两队的球员们进到场中央，在我们开赛之前，请进入我们的握手的仪式。请台北富邦勇士队、台新梦想家的球员们来到场中，准备要开球之前，请握手仪式。
You're watching the Plus League on YouTube, brought to you in Mandarin and English broadcast. If you're enjoying the game or the broadcast, leave a like and a comment. After quite a festivities to get us going, we are just closing in on our tip-off. Hi everybody, I'm Ryan, along with Coach Ben here on hand for the all-English broadcast. Players will be doing their final warm-ups before we get started again. In the pre-game, we had a lot to digest and we got to go to break. So thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back.
所有球迷朋友呢，保持住我们的热情，一再的提醒全场满场的球员。满场的球迷。赞助我们，也谢谢所有的赞助商来帮助我们能够更顺利的完成今天所有的比赛，以及感谢我们的执行长黑人陈建中黑哥呢来帮助我们这个比赛顺利的进行。
在今天下午的比赛，由于是 Plus League。全新的联盟首场的开幕战，在待会我们所看到第一颗的进球之后呢，会成为我们最具有纪念性的保留的一刻。所以在待会我们进球了之后，会有一段时间来进行换球的仪式。所以也邀请我们所有的球迷朋友们，一定要为我们梦想家的球员来加油打气，让这一颗的首颗的进球要变成我们的。
Welcome back to the broadcast. You're watching the Plus League. Right now, the fans filing in here at Zhanghua County Stadium, expecting a nice turnout to get the first look at Plus League basketball, professional basketball here in Taiwan. But before we get to anything, we want to introduce to you the modified rules to the basketball game. Every game will have 48-minute total game time, 12-minute quarters, 6 personal fouls to a disqualification. Each team has a coach's challenge, and in the last 2 minutes of play in the fourth quarter, starting in the fourth quarter, the players themselves can call a 30-second timeout. And the fourth rule, which has been clarified, is the foreign players that can participate in Plus League basketball games. Each team has 3 player slots on their roster and only can register 2 per game. And in the fourth quarter, only 1 of the 5 players on the floor can be a foreign player. So welcome back. I got down to the beginning, but Coach Ben next to me was the head coach for 5 years with Puyuan, the youngest head coach to capture the SBL title. Ben, I think the viewers might be very interested in how you got your start in basketball.
I actually was fortunate enough to work in the NBA for a few years before I came over to Taiwan, but as everybody knows, the entire world is in love with basketball, so I decided to move over to Taiwan, learn some Chinese, and somehow stumbled into being a head coach and coaching for the national team and being able to travel the world for this game. So it's kind of come full circle where I'm able to share this game with the whole world today.
Very cool indeed. Over the next 2.5 hours or so, we hope to entertain, humor, and educate you about Taiwan and Taiwan basketball. Hopefully earn your support in the meantime. Getting a look at the huddles right before we tip off. Over on this side, in the dark jerseys, are the Taipei Fubon Braves. Their starting 5 from left to right, Zhang Dongxie, and Lin Zijie, and Michael Singletary, Tai Wen-Chen, and Ihor Zaitsev on hand. Over on the other side with the white jerseys are the home team, the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. Their starting lineup from left to right on your screen: Yang Sun-Yin, Anthony Tucker, Jaron Yang, and Yang Jiming, and the center, Li Dewei. In the preseason, Ben, the Braves showed off a roster of total of 17 guys who eventually all played, but right now some of them dealing with injury. The best defensive team of the league, so at least from the onset.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because the Fubon Braves have a very good roster that they can use 2 bigs. So in the preseason they were able to use 2 bigs, and that showed up on the defensive side of the floor. Unfortunately for this game, their localized center Ding is not going to be able to play, so they're going a little bit smaller. So we'll see if that defensive effort will still translate off with this smaller lineup.
The ceremonial first tip, well done. The County Mayor Wang Huimei throwing that one up. It's a long-standing tradition in Taiwan, certainly, to have that ceremonial tip, just like ceremonial first pitches, and that was a pretty good one. Well, after a quick turnaround, we were about ready for the real tip-off. Getting going maybe predictably, a little bit tardy. And a little bit too eager.
So you can see here one of the biggest things we're going to notice at the beginning of the game is the Dreamers have a local big. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they go about defending Big Z down there in the post. In the preseason, it gave them a bit of an issue.
Big Z. Ihor Zaitsev right now coming up to set a back screen. And we're underway. In Taiwan, all of the local players will have their surnames, then their given names in that order. Chen will shoot and not make. Winston is there, also short. Now the Dreamers are coming back the other way. Captain Yang Jiming, number 6, controlling. He goes by Amigo for his native indigenous Ame tribe. And then the said big, Derek Li Dewei, up top. Now Tucker from deep, no good.
You can see there that the Dreamers are going to be a very 3-point heavy team. In the preseason in the 2 games, they averaged about 50 3-pointers attempted a game, so this is nothing new.
Michael Singletary attacking. There's a bump there, but no call. There's Amigo working through the middle, and pass inside is intercepted. Winston, now Jet. No good. Excuse me, that was the beast.
For those of you new to Taiwanese basketball, this is the pace. We're up and down, a couple unforced turnovers, but hopefully we can control it and get a cleaner game going down here.
So So from the #1 camera that you see, we are in the top left corner, close to the Braves bench, and everybody was standing up for Zijia's three-point shot. Perhaps the most accomplished basketball player in Taiwan basketball history. Tucker, over the other side. No good.
Again, in the first 3 possessions, the Dreamers with a couple of threes and 1 turnover.
Chen controlling. Not maybe prototypical of a point guard, but that's what we'll see him play quite often with the Braves. Another turnover, no points yet.
Again, after a long layout for after the preseason, it's obvious that the 2 teams are just trying to get used to the real action.
With a cut and made basket. The first 2 points in league history. How fortunate are we that the first points of the league will get commemorated by having that basketball put away. Oh, you only had to wait 1 minute and 50 seconds, but here we are. All set. And a free throw to go with it.
So we can see there that the Fubon Braves are very hesitant to help off of any of their imports. All of them are big threats from the three-point line, so there's going to be a lot of driving space for their locals.
So 3 points the old-fashioned way. And on we go. Taiwan Chen goes by Winston to Singletary up top. Now Zijia, beast. Looking at the Dreamers with a lot of attention put on the ball. Turning. A little strong. So Yin hands it off to Amigo. Phil survey. Nothing going right now. So over by us, Tucker shoots. Splashes that one. They had really good back and forth in the preseason where the Dreamers shot the lights out in Taipei. And then the Braves in Taichung scoring 118 points to blow out the Dreamers the other way. Got a foul over here. So Singletary, Texas native, working off of Jaron Young. Now to Big Z.
Again, at this point, that's going to be the biggest advantage that the Braves have. And you can see them trying to go into the post a couple times. This time, Big Z took it out to the perimeter and drove right past Derek.
The Dreamers run kind of like an outside motion offense. Now Tucker driving and laying it up and in.
Again, the Braves are going to have to make a decision because with Derek being outside the three-point line the whole time, they have zero help in the paint. So we can see Big Z keeps coming up with Derek. If he keeps coming out, we're going to keep getting these drives. And if the Dreamers keep getting these and-one opportunities, it's going to be a long game.
A little bit of a hand check foul on the way up for Anthony Tucker, former MVP of the ASEAN Basketball League, the ABL. Will splash the free throw. 9-2 with the score, under 9 minutes in the first quarter. Underway here in Taiwan, an island off the east coast of mainland China. Zijia, the Singletary from way deep. Braves finally corral that rebound. That'll be a key too. The Braves out-rebounded the field by quite a margin. Amigo with his three, splashes that one down.
Again, with the Braves having Big Z on the court, the Dreamers are going to have a lot of opportunities in transition with him getting down late a little bit. And again, that's the matchup the Braves are trying to work at the beginning of the game. Derek's having a good couple possessions poking the ball away. This time he gets called for the foul.
And Derek retreats all the way to his own bench. It looks like he'll be coming out. The veteran Tianlei will replace him, number 1.
Again, the Dreamers are the one team right now in the P.LEAGUE that have not chosen to have a big for one of their imports. So they've gone with 3 wings. So this is going to be an interesting thing throughout the season.
They inbound, now Singletary from the corner. Planks off rim. Upcoming with the ball, Jaron Young through the middle. Unable to finish the layup. A lot of resistance. He had a preseason high of 38 points. Now Winston from the corner, a little short. Singletary with a strong rebound and fouled on his way up.
Again, with no import big, it's going to have to be, it's going to fall on all the local bigs to box out, get bodies on guys, and go after the ball.
Singletary, a very powerful forward. He can probably knock around anybody in the league. Getting the replay, getting good position on Amigo.
Yeah, we've seen from the first couple minutes that the Plus League, the refs are going to let him go. There's been a lot of physical contact, so yeah, so players enjoy.
That second one is short. Give the crowd a little bit of credit for that one. So in the Plus League, there'll be 12-minute quarters and 6 fouls for a disqualification, kind of league rules that are modifications on standard FIBA rules. Now Amigo driving through the middle, underneath the Tianlei, bump from behind. And he'll go to the line. We
can see that Coach Julius is going after their big. Again, he's the one big. If he gets him out on the perimeter, they're in rotation, and they've had a good job getting into the paint.
The Dreamers having a lot of success driving to the basket.
Yeah, and that's the tough part with this lineup that they put on the floor. All 5 guys can shoot threes, so Big Z's got to come out of the paint, otherwise they're going to give us those 3-point buckets.
I've long observed that in Taiwan, a lot of guys are willing to shoot the 3, even big guys from even a long time ago, and now that's propelled even more. Made free throw, 2 for 2 with Tianlei.
Again, with the size disadvantage you can say the Taiwanese players have, if they don't use that 3-point line, it's tough for them to be able to play. Dreamer showing a zone right here off of the free throw.
I should remind the audience that COVID-19 is a very serious threat. And so, as part of our preventative measures here in Taiwan, us, the broadcasters sitting courtside, wear masks as well. That shot, no good, but Winston there for the rebound, laying it up on the opposite side, unable to hit. Ball gets knocked loose, but Amigo retrieves it. Tianlei, the shot fake and drives, open and in.
Again, after the Dreamers get that past that first defender, there's zero help there for the Braves, so that rotation on the weak side is going to become very, very important.
Tianlei trying to apply pressure to Zaitsev. The Ukrainian big was a champion with another Taiwan team, the Taiwan Beer. And with that, we will be going to our very first TV timeout. We'll be back with more information about the Plus League, about Taiwan, and everything in between. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
人扮演得非常好，让我们台新梦想家取得领先，来帮我们的球员们大声呐喊，加油一下！梦想家，梦想家，加油！梦想家，加油！
现场的球迷们也给我们优尼手一个掌声鼓励。
Welcome back. The game will be the familiar hardwood, hoop, and air-filled leather ball we all know and love. However, this is so significant as to what we're witness to. In the last 20 years, basketball players from Taiwan joined corporate leagues, and the top talent eventually found better compensation overseas. And in all of basketball history here, never has any adult team in domestic competition run home arenas. Today we are in Changhua County Stadium, home of the Formosa Dreamers. That's how the league slogan came to be. 是时候了 in English, the time is now. All those factors coming in together for the pro league we have now. Ben, home courts is really the single biggest shakeup to the business of basketball here in Taiwan.
Exactly. For those unfamiliar with Taiwanese basketball, before they kind of played it in a tournament style, as we see Big Z putting in a layup, where all the teams for the league, regardless whether it was 5 or 7, they would all play in the same arena. There's no home court advantage. There's no home court crowds. This year with the Plus League, we can see right here that the Dreamers have a huge turnout, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a home court advantage.
Missed shot, but the Dreamers recover the rebound. Now running low on time. Chen driving, putting up a difficult shot, unable to hit. Number 23 for the Dreamers is a nationalized Taiwanese citizen. The beast, riddled in and out. Jet with a rebound.
And again, it's going to be tough if we don't box out their perimeter players from the weak side.
The Braves, I've noticed, are a kind of team that leave a lot of guys kind of hanging around the basket. Maybe not charging in for the rebound, but standing around for those loose rebounds.
Yeah, they've done a good job. Winston, who is one of the best local rebounders in league history, he does a great job around the basket. As we can see, Jet flying in from the outside wing, going to get that outside offensive rebound.
He knocks the first one down. There on your screen, number 3, Jet. No problem there, 2 for 2. Maybe more typical of a wing position player, but with the Braves now this year, he's been running the point a lot of the time.
Yeah, we can see, Ryan, as you said, the Braves this season have really emphasized size. As we see Amigo hitting another 3 for the Dreamers. Size isn't just their 4s and 5s. They've also moved Jet to play the point, so they have some size defensively.
He loves the mid-range jump shot. Now Lewis into Zaitsev, squeezing right and unable to hit, but getting the foul. Another foul on the Dreamers' bigs.
Again, that's going to be their biggest challenge this whole season. Right now, they're starting center Derek Lee with 2 fouls. Now we see Garrett with another foul. We're going to see a crowd favorite, Tank, coming into the game for the Dreamers.
There's Winston taking a seat on the bench, and a very crowded bench over here. Very crowded arena, really, on a Saturday afternoon. A couple substitutions for the Braves. We'll bring that to you in a little bit. Zaitsev at the line. Unable to hit.
There's that home court advantage we were talking about, Ryan.
Ukrainian has been a winner wherever he's gone. Pulling up his profile that I wrote notes on. After a bounce, knocks that one in. So to Zaitsev with Kivas as a rookie, champion. BC Kimmich in Ukraine as well. Then Zilona Gora in Poland. And last year with the Taiwan Beer for the SPL Championship. There's a shot, a little short. Xu Jingde right in front of us, urging his team on. Singletary underneath. That Li Mengshi getting the bank shot.
Again, we can see right away that with the Braves' up-tempo offense, their local bigs do a great job of running the floor, getting those early buckets in transition.
Cut inside, and there's Tank laying that one in. Soft finger roll, Wang Bo-zi.
Again, that weak side hesitant to help off the three-point shooters. There's going to be lots of opportunities for those local bigs on the roll.
Zaitsev called for the offensive foul, trying to make his room underneath against Wang Bo-zi.
Again, and that crowd favorite coming right in the game, getting an early bucket and then getting an offensive foul called on Big Z.
Zaitsev using a little bit too much arm to get position. Wang Bo-zi registered at 130 kilograms, which is almost 300 pounds. About 6'10", or 6'5", excuse me, not quite that tall. Now Tucker working on a pick and roll. On Jet. To Young for 3 from the right side and knocks it down.
And that's why the Braves are hesitant to help off their shooters. One step in the wrong direction, wide open shot for their import.
Now to Zaitsev, to Singletary, across the top. That is good.
Again, Jet with something to say for the bench for the Dreamers. He is very familiar with them after playing with them last season.
Now Tucker to Kenny Chen from the corner. Shot fake and driving. Now kicking. Young drives. And will throw that one away. Lays it in. And a timeout called right away. Seems like Julius wants to talk things over.
Yeah, after a quick 5 points from Jet, it's definitely time for a timeout.
在今天下午也要再一次欢迎来自于彰化县的议员
Jet struggled with spot-up shooting when he was a dreamer last year. No matter where, much better with the mid-range, probably off the dribble kind of shooter.
As we can see there, Jet has never been, for lack of confidence as a player. His outside shot is come and gone. That's always been the one thing in his game that he needed to work on. He's a great individual defender, a great teammate. He's great at getting to the basket, finishing with contact. But if he's going to be able to hit wide open shots like that this season, he's just going to be a tough guy to defend.
The 12 referees we have with the league are going to be the league's full-time referees, not going to be working with high school, college, or any other amateur level leagues, and so they'll be able to develop a rapport with the players and the coaches and get more involved with the conversations regarding rules. There's Jet flying in, taking advantage of our 3D video replays powered by Taiwan Mobile. Thanks to those guys for setting it up and providing what a unique look at replays at the rim. Very cool. Here's Coach Xu with his glass face mask. Handed down from the Taiwan CDC. Everyone in the arena watching the game has to wear a mask besides the players on the floor. Even the cheerleaders have to wear a mask when they're out and about until they reach the floor to perform. There's Coach Kyle Julius, Canadian, in his first, kind of still in this first season, shall we say, with the Dreamers. The 2019 to 2020 ABL season that was cut short because of COVID-19. Julius began his coaching stint. Prior, he was with the Saigon Heat in the ABL. The ASEAN Basketball League, of course, were the Dreamers and Braves members of previously. But with no basketball, there will be 2 of the 4 teams here in the Plus League. Kenny setting the screen for Young. Kicks it to Young. His shot is good. That's 3 threes.
As we can see, as soon as the Dreamers drive into the paint, somebody's got to help. Right now, their shooters are knocking down those wide open shots. If that's going to keep happening the rest of the game, it's going to be a long game for the Braves.
Zaisev underneath. Knocks that one in. That time, Wambotsu tried to steal, but wasn't able to, and Young's block from the weak side didn't connect.
Again, at this point, it's a story of 2 teams. We've got the Braves working the paint.
That time, number 2. And the basket counts. That was a long continuation, but referee deems it a made shot as well.
And that's where you're talking about with these refs. They're going to have to be able to communicate with the players so the players know what they're going to get.
That's number 2, Jian Wei-lu. He'll go by Lewis. Unable to defend Jaron Young without committing the foul. Now, trying to get their substitution on. Right now on the floor, number 23 close to us, Brendan Smart will come on, as well as number 30 for the Dreamers. That's Woo Sung Wei. Got a lot to catch up everyone on. There's Brendan Smart. Right now on the low block. And held that on offense with his teammates.
And we can see the Braves getting ready to run the same set that they just ran. See if we can get Big Z a good look in the post.
Wambotsu forces him out just a little bit and able to bump him away. Smart now attacking the hoop over the top and flushes that one.
Again, Smart, the rookie who just signed with the Braves recently this summer, is going to have a tough adjustment. But again, if he gets making cuts like that, he's going to have a lot of opportunities.
Previously a 3-on-3 player in the ever-growing game of 3-on-3 basketball. Now Young trying to shake and bake. Now kicking. Woo Sung Wei will force up a shot off rim. Woo Sung Wei has a really cool nickname in the ABL, All the Way. That'll give us a chance to talk about it. It was a double dribble on the Braves. So another turnover. Dreamers up by 10. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first quarter. The back and forth is so quick, I got to remember to check all my boxes.
That's Taiwanese basketball, Ryan.
Tucker to the other side to Kenny Chen, driving, and shot blocked by Singletary. Racing down the floor, attacking the hoop, and staying with it, and getting the 2 points.
Again, and that's what the Braves want to do. They want to get up the floor, they spread their wings out wide, and have big driving lanes for all of their players.
Over there, Kenny. Nothing open. Now back to Tucker. His step back. Breaks off the board. Now Kenny, also considered a local player, a nationalized player. Yeah, previously played with the Dreamers.
Should probably offer Kenny congratulations. He actually just got married last month, so he's able to play as a local now.
Lewis, unable to hit. Now foul underneath. Looked like Wamboza took the brunt of the blow.
Again, 130 kilos. When you can knock him down on the floor, it's not an easy thing to do.
It's funny that Wamboza fell on this end and the ball went the other way. Get a little bit of an elbow to Zaitsev, from Zaitsev. Right now, taking a seat on the bench. Very disruptive player, relentless in his positioning underneath.
Exactly. These guys never stop moving. We can see that the Braves have gone with 2 rookie bigs, which should be interesting.
First free throw with a soft touch, gets in. That's Wamboza's first points of the night, the afternoon. No follow-up game today, but in the future, the Plus League, 2:30 and 5 o'clock tips. So that time, taking it out, Zheng Xiangjun. Jack, number 21, one of those bigs mentioned. Now Zhang Dongxian will spot up another 3. Too easy.
As we said, if Jet's going to be able to make those threes, so he's going to be really tough to guard this season.
So after the first few minutes of kind of scoreless basketball, we've seen the scoring ratcheted up. 30 points, 31 points for the Dreamers. Now almost turning that one over and open up ahead. Singletary smashes it home.
I can safely assume that that's not what Coach Julius wants to see. This big man Tank dribbling the ball around the key.
Especially on these centers with active hands. Now Young with a spin move. Unable to hit Kenny. No pushback. There's a mad scramble for the ball. Called off the foot, so Braves basketball. They've cut the deficit down to 5 points. Over upper head, Singletary. So less than 30 seconds in the clock. Casual runner is good.
You said Jet going for the 2-on-1, 2-for-1, but being a little too casual. He's left the Dreamers with the last shot. Let's see if they'll be able to work the clock and get the last shot of the quarter.
So Kenny from the right wing, left wing misses, but unfortunately unable to collect the rebound. That time Jack knocks it out of bounds.
Oh, and somehow they will get the last shot of the quarter.
Lots of guys to catch you up on. Zheng Xiangjun, standout player in college. Now playing pro as well.
You see 13 seconds left in the quarter. Dreamers with a chance to extend their lead.
Only a 3-point lead right now. Wu Songwei up top, looking for Tucker, and now turn that one over. Less than 10 seconds left in the clock. Let's see what the Braves can come up with. Singletary will pull up. Little strong, smart with a putback.
And that is not the way Coach Julius wanted to go in the quarter. They had a chance for one shot to finish the quarter, end up with a missed 3, a turnover, and then get an offensive rebound put back on the other end.
So after that back and forth, we'll be right back with the second quarter. Stick with us. You're watching the Plus League on YouTube, Momo TV, and FTV. We'll be right back.
请马上为我们移车，谢谢，请马上。号码7880白色轿车的车主，请赶快为我们移车，谢谢。
好的，第一节比赛的时间呢，要由我跟 Brian 巴斯。
很开心今天大家都在。那我跟大家讲个事情，其实平常我们自己是不会提起这2个字。不会
回头是一定找不到的啊。
看到的可能不一样，但我们目标一样。
磊哥，今年有设定什么目标吗？
没有啦，这没什么好说的，说出来就不准。我们都用做的。
这球一定是今天的一个最佳好球了。
可以说的是，我们今天都在这里，我们都是梦想家。
等一下由工作人员引导来到我们的记录台旁边，待会精彩的比赛马上就要开始了，感谢大家持续来帮我们球队们加油。
Be sure to follow the Plus League by liking our Facebook page, P.LEAGUE Plus. That's P.LEAGUE with a plus symbol at the end. Instagram, where I believe we do our best work, P.LEAGUE.official. And Twitter, P_League_EN, at P_League_EN. If you want to keep up to date with the stats of each game, go to the league site, PLeagueofficial.com, which just today was released for our merchandise sale, our collaboration with J Chow's Fantasy brand. You can check that out at PLeagueofficial.com. Coach Ben, during the break, you took a look at the box scores. Anything that stands out to you?
Again, these teams are exactly who we thought they were. The Dreamers with 5 threes in the first quarter. The Braves with 5 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. We're going to see who's going to be able to take advantage of those advantages.
Number 11, Yangji Ji in for the game. Now, Jaron Young having trouble finishing underneath. Will finally collect the rebound. Nice block by Smart.
Again, you can see Young ready to attack the basket, seeing that there's no bigs in the game. Coach Rogers seeing that immediately and putting Big Z back in the game.
He will come on along with Zijie, and I believe on the court for the first time, number 8, Zhou Guiyu. There we see Smart, who made the block. So he's a college student here in Taiwan, and his residency deems him to be what in the league we call a college player exception. Young pulls up, unable to hit.
You can see going into the second quarter, Coach Rogers switched up the defense a little bit, going with the automatic switch. As we see Big Z picking up his 3rd foul. Again, after that great defensive possession by Big Z, moving his feet, staying in front, contesting the shot, we can see right now as he tries to get position in the paint, Jaron Young gets in front of him, and maybe a little bit of acting, but again, we talked about these refs are getting used to the speed of the game as well.
So the graphic on the screen is indicating Zaitsev's 3rd personal foul. He's got 2 more before his 6th foul is the disqualification. So Derek Lidoway, former Fubon car manufacturer, Young to the hoop, and will finish with a soft roll. That time Brandon Smart all over him.
Again, Dreamers just getting Big Z out on the perimeter, and Young driving at will.
There's Lewis facing up against Achi. Down underneath. Zaitsev, ball poked away, and Young will collect it. Up ahead, Yang Seung-yin will pull it out. Not shoot the 3. He'll leave it up to the veteran Yang Ching-mi, who does knock it in.
Again, we can see both coaches making some adjustments coming into the second quarter. In the first quarter, Coach Julius was willing to let his local bigs take Big Z one-on-one, and the result was all of them getting in foul trouble. In the second quarter, they start doubling, immediately get a turnover and a fast break 3.
Braves kind of slowing things down, getting the ball down to Zaitsev. Now to Smart up top, his 3 way right. Amigo up with the ball, and he's bumped. Personal foul and Goy. That's Josh. And 3 more substitutions for the Braves.
Again, with these players before being used to a 40-minute game, with a 48-minute game, you can see that the substitutions are coming a lot quicker.
Not that there is a injury list, but I'm sure a lot of guys are dealing with things. The Braves with a 17-man roster where you can only have 12 registered to play each game. There's Kenny. Probing, now driving. Getting a shot blocked by Jay. Now coming the other way on the first time, Lai Tingan. Number 0, making his way underneath. Now to Singletary. Reverse layup, throws it over everything. Lai Tingan, cross streaking over to the corner. Goes by Xiao Pao Ce. Little race car. Not a great nickname translation, but I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, these Taiwanese point guards are little water bugs.
And Yang Xin, unable to hit from the top.
As you can see, Fubon's local bigs run right to the basket, taking up space.
That time Derek giving ground and forcing the miss.
Forcing Singletary with a couple good looks at the basket, just not being able to finish. Had some words for the refs afterwards.
So our first preseason games was October 17th and 18th in Hsinchu, where these players and the referees first got to see action. Of course, a few more players getting added to each team's roster, including Kenny Chen. We might see DK, Derek King in the future. Yang driving the middle and causing the foul.
Yeah, this season has been a challenge for these coaches with the imports coming into Taiwan. When we talk about the COVID-19 situation, every import has to quarantine for 14 days. After those 14 days, needless to say, it takes a couple weeks to get back into playing shape. So it's been a challenge on both the players and the coaches. And as you can see now, they're starting to get a little bit of continuity, getting into the action. The basketball is looking a lot better.
Now, Coach Ben, when was the last time you traveled overseas?
It's been about a year and a half right now.
Well, because of COVID-19?
Exactly.
Our travel has been severely limited. Now, Nico, another 3! That's 5 on the game for him.
Again, there's a reason that the local media started calling these Formosa Dreamers the Houston Rockets of Taiwan. 3-pointers, 3-pointers, 3-pointers.
Pretty soon I won't be able to use it, but Yang's preseason high was 5 for 10 from the 3-point line. Now getting in a little bit of trouble and turning it over. Yang Xin attacking. Jingming. Well, left hand layup. No problem. And with that, the Braves have to call timeout again. 9-point difference. Braves just can't figure out on offense where the space is, and the Dreamers' active hands are getting in the way. Well, we'll let them go to break, and we'll go to break as well. You're watching the Plus League. Stay with us.
What's up, everybody? I'm Baron Davis, and I have to say that I'm so excited to be a part of the P.LEAGUE. I think great basketball is coming. I'm going to do my best to bring talent, to recruit talent from the U.S., but to also come and work with the local talent and to make sure that we make this league the best league that it can possibly be. I look so forward. Shout out to Blackie Chen. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Kai. I'm so happy to be a part of this. Good luck. Let's get it.
Earlier, I started down. This is the first year of the league, but it's a revival of professional basketball here in Taiwan. 26 years ago, the Chinese Basketball Alliance, the CBA here in Taiwan, not to be confused with the CBA in mainland, was launched and then folded halfway through their 5th season in 1999. Well, lessons learned from the CBA, 20 years of dormancy, and the success of COVID-19 prevention here in Taiwan created the opportunity we have now. Now, Ben, you and I weren't all that aware of the CBA here, but I was too young and you were abroad, but I felt that the passion for basketball has always existed in the hearts of basketball fans here in Taiwan.
Yeah, it's great to see that these players and these coaches finally have a good stage to play on. As we can see that these crowds have just been waiting, and now that they have a product that they're willing to go into, we're going to get them right into the stadiums.
The Beast with a tough shot from the corner, but there's the shortest guy on the court, Lai Tingan, collecting the offensive boarding. getting 2 points back. 41-32, Dreamers lead.
Again, Ryan, as you said, the Braves love having their smallest come and crash the glass.
Achi unable to finish. Now there's Lightning again with another rebound, this time the defensive variety. Kind of a touch foul by Kenny Chen.
Again, we see that the Dreamers coming out of the timeout going to a zone, defending the first shot by Beast, but getting scored on the offensive rebound. We're going to see if Coach Julius stays with that zone or goes back to man-to-man.
So Kenny Chen, interestingly, is C-H-I-E-N, not the same as my Ryan Chen. There's Brendan Smart looking at his feet, now shooting. Rolls that one in. 3 points from the corner. Brings the Braves up to 35 points anyways. Kenny Chen is interesting. That's Money Chen.
Exactly. Coach Julius has talked about he's hoping that those jump shots are money as well.
Interesting call. Ball got between the legs of Amigo.
We'll see right here if Coach Roger wants to use that challenge.
He doesn't, and will continue play, perhaps saving it for a later point in the game. Achi. An opening there now. Kenny with a nice change of direction layup with the left hand.
Again, as soon as those Dreamers get by the first line of defense, there's nobody to help in the paint, especially with Big Z out. Those local bigs are going to have to do a better job of protecting the basket.
To Beast with a post-up opportunity, now retreating outwards. He's guarded by Kenny. Hard screen by Singletary. Lightinga now driving the middle with a floater. Off left, there's Jack, unable to corral the offensive board. Good team defense and rebound that time. Amigo surveying, letting the offense roll. Getting the pick from Derek. Capable three-shooter, not going to go this time. This is a two-man game. Young, early layup. Yes.
Well, Amigo still has yet to miss in this game. 5 from 5 from 3, 3 of 3 from 2.
Beast counters with his own 2.
Again, those early transition opportunities are going to kill Coach Julius.
So Amigo with 22 points, according to the tally. Block on this side, nice job by Smart. Poked around, it's hard to say. Right now it will be Braves ball.
Again, that's what we talked about. With that first line of defense getting beat, those Braves local defenders are going to have to do a job protecting the basket. We can see Smart getting there on time, getting up and blocking with the left hand. But more importantly, keeping it in balance for his team to go back on offense.
Smart attended the University of Jiangxing, where he was a UBA champion, the University Basketball Association here in Taiwan. Also playing kind of like the tournament style. The Singletary now working off Young. And a foul called on the defense.
And that's something that these players are going to have to get used to, how they're going to call it on those offensive fouls, or are they going to be charged?
Getting a replay. Kind of tough situation there for Young. Not quite squared away. Lewis driving left with the extended layup and will roll in. So underneath 5 minutes and 30 seconds in the game, Dreamers up 45-39. Tucker in the game, handing off to Kenny. You know, funny moment in the preseason where Brendan Smart blocked Achi's layup. Those were former teammates. Actually, I correct myself, Achi made the layup. Derek missing the turnaround. Those were former teammates in the UBA.
Yeah, this crop of rookies we have coming in here in the Plus League is
Terry with an early block by Tucker. And it will be Dreamers ball. Tucker, not a very vertical player, but capable of getting those early block shots on the way up. That time smartly swiping with the left hand. Now he's on the right wing. Poked away and looks like it'll be touched off of Young. Communicating with the ref. Good to see open communication, both on the basketball court and perhaps in real life. Hey, basketball is real life. What am I talking about?
Getting a little deep for me there, Ryan.
Smart working the handoff game to Singletary. Jack is trying to find position on the high post. Zhang pulling up right in front of Tucker. That one bouncing out.
Again, after a couple makes from the perimeter, we can see the Dreamers switching up their defense on Jet, getting a hand up on those jump shots.
Tucker, not very aggressive quite yet. Over to Derek. That ball had some side spin on it, no good. Lewis working with Brendan Smart on the pick and roll. Mismatch, and they're not going to go to it quite yet. Now they will. Brendan Smart from the right corner. Size advantage on Johnson. Turn around. Singletary's there for the rebound. Trying to make room. Call for a foul on the defense.
That's what we keep talking about. The Dreamers are going to keep hitting threes. The Braves are going to keep crashing the boards. We're just going to see who has the upper hand right now. At this point, Dreamers up 6. Couple threes advantage.
Well, timeout on the floor. They want to talk it over. Jaron Young will have to take a lot of the punishment by the other team's forwards and bigs. They'll be going after him on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, Coach Julius loves the defensive effort that Jaron Young brings to the game. He's a very active player, not just offensively, but defensively. And he's great on the boards. He's in his professional career, he's always averaged double digits in rebounds. So that's something that Coach Julius is going to need for them with their lack of import bigs in the game.
Now getting a little peek into the Braves huddle. Coach Ben, I find a lot of times in Taiwan, when they call timeouts, they're always setting up a kind of a mismatch, a setup.
Yeah, these coaches have done their scouting. Again, each team played 2 preseason games against each other, so they know what to expect. So I have faith that Coach Radger is looking for an opportunity, and Coach Julius is trying to figure out how he's going to blow up that opportunity on defense.
Xu Jingze, we talk about in the preseason a lot of times about the golden era of Chinese Taipei, the national team's games. Well, at the helm was Coach Roger Xu Jingze.
That's right. Coach Roger coached the national team back when in 2013 when the national team was able to go to the Philippines and have their best finish in recent history, getting 4th place in the Asia Cup. I was fortunate enough to be on the sidelines with Coach Roger in that year. And again, we had Amigo on the team. We had Jet on the team. A lot of the players on these Dreamers and Braves we had there. And it's good to see them finally have a good stage in Taiwan to play.
So now, after the foul, Singletary will inbound from underneath. Way up top to Smart. And coming to retrieve the ball. This must be what they drew up.
Again, that's the defensive effort that we just talked about from Jaron Young. Moving his feet, getting in front of Singletary, forcing the turnover.
Tried one of those fancy football kick flips, but not legal in the game of basketball, so it'll be a turnover.
He's going to have to keep working on it a little bit. So we can see Coach Roger talking to the refs about whether or not there should have been a foul on that play.
A lot of work and sweat goes into putting on basketball games, including the guys mopping up the floor. Thankful for them. Now Tucker will shoot and knock it in.
Again, Coach Roger's going to have to go into halftime and figure out how they're going to adjust to those small pick and rolls. People taking one dribble and getting a wide open shot is not what he's looking for.
Tucker now guarding Jet. That seems to be the defensive matchup that the Dreamers want to stick with for the most part. Now Jet will pull up again. Soft touch and will flush that one down.
Again, another outside shot and another message for the Dreamers bench.
So 3 threes for Jet Zhang Longxian, pulling it to within 6 points, 48-42. Thrown out of bounds, but poked by a Brave.
Again, we can see that the Dreamers keep bringing their big out on the perimeter. Again, Derek holding the ball at the top of the key. It's going to open up that space. But again, on those pick and rolls, if they're not going to get up and contest those shots, it's going to be wide open buckets for Anthony Tucker.
Winston will come in for Lewis. That's number 14. He has probably one of the coolest nicknames. He's called the Buntu Yangjiang, a domestic foreign player for just how smart he plays.
That's right.
Young looking to drive and finish. No, Smart with the rebound. Good effort, but unable to corral Singletary. He'll turn it over. That fast pace kind of coming back to the game.
Again, with the small pick and roll. Another
Tucker.
wide open shot.
This three gets his own rebound. Missed again with a reload. Gotta be unhappy with himself there. Singletary now to the Jet on the other side. Will pull up again. Yes! If we were in Taipei, this place would have blown up. But for right now, just the Braves bench right next to us.
Exactly. Jet seems to be treating this away court as his home court. Being familiar with it, playing here all last year.
Now guarding Tucker. He'll run into some contact. Not called. So Singletary driving the middle. Called for the foul. Is the defense trying to stop him. That's just a 3-point advantage for the Dreamers. Their 4th foul on the quarter.
As we see here, Jet, again, never of lack of confidence, shooting the shot. And again, pumping himself up.
Saying hello to some fans, some maybe former fans here in Zhanghua. Singletary's free throw. No problem. Zhanghua County is approximately halfway down the island of Taiwan. Singletary's second free throw, also good. Taiwan is an island nation with some outer-lying smaller islands. The total population is 23 million. Zhanghua County, really a city size. Now Tucker from the right wing, a little short. Hasn't found his stroke, even though his opponent, Jet Chang, has. Brandon Smart, deep positioning, but will retreat it out. Take a roll for Jet with a floating shot, and yes!
Again, at this point, it's Jet versus Amigo.
Let me take a look at those point totals. He has 20, Jet does.
Jet with 20, we're looking at Amigo with 22.
Young finding some room and will splash that one down. Getting the lead back. Dreamers up by just 2 after the Braves had the early lead. Now getting to the rim this time with the layup. Tucker spinning. Ball poked away. He thought he was fouled. Now Singletary, lots of contact. Looked like just a plain foul, but Dreamers have got to be unhappy. A lot of contact for them. None allowed on the defensive end. Derek, a little bit of a body bump. Now Young, kind of maybe bodying Singletary's elbow more so than slapping it with his hands.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where Jaren's got to know you can't come down with the ball. Come down with the ball, you're going to give the refs some space to call that foul. If he goes straight up, he may not be able to get the block, but he's definitely going to affect the shot. If not, 2 free throws from Mike Singletary as he puts in his work.
We don't have the official stats on these, but I dare say Jaren Young is a top leaper in the league. Always concerned about his safety going up so high, but he'll walk up the court no problem. Under a minute to go. We will see just a few more possessions before we go into halftime. We have 12-minute quarters here in the Plus League, trying to emulate some professional leagues. Now Yang Sung-yin with a tricky shot. That's a 3. Going with early offense, Winston, trying to shoot for one. Shot no good. Jack to Winston again. Blocked. Derek. Winston. They'll hang on. Smart from the top. Hesitates. And will now shoot. Pushed out of the way. Singletary collects the rebound. Looks like they'll have almost the last possession. Zhang Shin with a pull-up. Bouncing in and out. Couple Braves collide. Now Singletary will collect. 6, 5, 4. Not that much time left. To the other side, intercepted. Tucker's long shot. Doesn't connect with anything. Stick around, we'll have a player interview before we head into half. Our colleagues with FTV and Momo will help get that organized as the players will head into their respective locker rooms. Our colleague, Aaron Yang, will bring us the interview courtside. So Coach Ben, a crazy flurry in that last possession, not what either coach wanted again.
Exactly, we talk about a couple offensive rebounds on the offensive end for the Braves after a couple good 3-pointers for the Dreamers. both teams are going to have to go into the locker room to make some adjustments. We're going to see who'll be able to play their style. The Dreamers looking for threes, and the Braves looking able to attack the paint.
While we're waiting on our player interview, before we've mentioned the ASEAN Basketball League, the ABL, an inter-country competition between professional teams. That's actually where the Dreamers got their start when they were formed in 2017, and then the Braves joined them for the 2019-2020 season, which was cut short. Coach Ben, your thoughts on the competitiveness of that league?
That league's one of the better leagues in Asia. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic situation we're going through with right now, they're unable to play. But a lot of the players love going to these other countries, again, with the home and away courts, being able to play in front of different fans, playing in front of your own fans. They said that they got a lot better from that experience.
All right, we're just about ready for our player interview, and we have Chen.
好，中线先来谈一下好了，今天感觉
Aaron asking about the excitement level of the environment and of the players themselves. Jet saying things aren't bad. The Dreamers have had a good home court, but he's just trying to do what his assignment is, his job is, and help the team in this new league. So how the lead for the Dreamers get cut down to now? Jet's expressing his, maybe reflecting on what the coaches instructed about playing much better defense. The score right now, 54-53. And what do we expect for the second half? Now asked about Amigo and some of the veteran players about getting to play in the Plus League, this new opportunity. So thanks for listening in. We'll be going to our break, just about 2 minutes before we come back with some more halftime analysis.
Yeah, 对啊，我们现在好不容易这个。
鼓励一下，欢迎两位刚刚拿到幸运小球的朋友们，也谢谢我们的Formosa Taishin的陪伴，我们待会要来进行颁奖的部分。好，我们很快的来解说一下我们中场游戏的部分。Brian 那边呢有吉祥物 Richard， 我这边有吉祥物优尼兽，两位吉祥物会在篮筐的前缘，你们要呢经过他旁边拍手，运球拍手之后上篮，然后绕过我们再到对面。再来一个拍手 ，Give me five 上篮，回到我们这边中圈跳球的位置，谁最快的，谁就有 好礼。当然，我们也有参加奖，不用气馁。
OK， 所以我们先来问问看，请问怎么称呼？陈同学，OK， 王同学 ，OK， 你是我们梦想家长期的粉丝了哈，对不对？从第一季就开始支持到现在吗？
对。
OK， 我感觉得出来，因为这件 T 恤稍微有点泛黄了。今天开始在我们的环廊区，好不好？可以买得到我们最新的中部地区的加油的应援 T 恤哦。
对，而且我们这位球迷朋友旁边的这位球迷朋友，他也戴上了特制的梦想家以及台新 logo 的这个口罩，想必2位都是铁粉了。那我们废话不多说，直接把球来给他们进行我们的比赛。
这边。好，
一人一颗。
是时候了。
您上这边开始，您就从我这边先上。记得运球过去之后，要 give me five 之后拦下上篮，然后拿到球再回来一次到对面 give me five 上篮，回到中间。OK， 准备好了，我们会有我们自己 run to ready go 的口令之后，就可以开始搭配着音乐来，请准备 1 2 ready go，let's go，
加油加油，不要忘了击掌。
好，每一进要补进，每一进要补进，要补进。好，赶快。
哦，回中间，回中间。
好，来，同学，恭喜。
Next week, after Christmas Friday, will be the debut of the Hsinchu Jeko Lioneers. They will play host in Hsinchu County Stadium Saturday and Sunday, December 26 and 27. Both games tip off at 5 p.m. Watch it here on our YouTube page, and if you're in Taiwan and want to watch it in person, go to tixcraft.com and search Lioneers. That's tixcraft.com, Tixcraft.com. On the screen right now must be that ceremonial first point ball, first bucket ball, I should say, first made shot. Excuse me while I try to figure myself out from all the excitement. On screen is the Mandarin broadcast. Aaron on the left, Taibao on the right, and Coach Jiafan in the middle with a special 3-person commentary for the Plus League basketball. Very exciting things. Wow. I didn't even catch my breath all of break. Ben, some early thoughts on the Plus League and the basketball we've seen in the early going.
This is exactly what everybody was hoping for. Again, in terms of this game, both teams showed who they are. Again, the Dreamers just attacking at the three-point line, shooting 55.6%. Again, if they're going to keep doing that, it's going to be a tough game for the Braves in the second half. But again, the Braves with 12 offensive rebounds in the first half. Again, both teams showing who they are. Again, I think both coaches are going to be happy with their performances, but I don't think anybody could have guessed that Amigo was going to come out with 22 points after scoring the first points in the league history. And Jet, the same thing with 22.
On your screen right now is the graphics. There's the score, their shooting percentage, and 3-point percentage. The rebounds favoring the Braves, 28-13 might be a big point. So for the scoring leaders, as we mentioned, Samgong with 22 points, Singletary with 9 points. He's played the most minutes in the second half. Then Smart with 7. Zaitsev only held to 7 so far. And number 12, the Beast, Lin Zijie, after spending 10 years in the CBA in China, only with 2 right now. On the other side, for the Formosa Taishin Dreamers, Yang Jingming Amigo with 22, Jaron Young with 10, Anthony Tucker with 9, the Tank Wang Bozi with 4, and veteran Tianlei with 4 as well. So the Braves are shooting a 3-point percentage of and above their standard 35%, but we'll see how that will maintain. The Dreamers on the other end try to make more ground. We'll be going to break, back with more halftime analysis.
就能够有这么样的好礼、好运气，能够带回家。
对，我们谢谢我们的台新银行提供我们中场的游戏，尤其也是主题周，同时今年的新的冠名来提供我们中场的奖品给大家。OK， 好，
感谢，谢谢，恭喜我们的球迷，记得要 high five 了哈！再一次的谢谢尚总经理，来也请总经理稍微的休息一下。
那我们经过了中场的活动之外呢，大家稍后片刻起身动一动，喝口水，待会持续精彩的第3节，来帮我们加油呐喊，守住我们台新梦想家主场的胜利，就在今天，此时此刻。
对，
好，我们稍后的比赛见，再次感谢各位。
Just a few minutes away from the second half, getting underway. We are here in Changhua County Stadium in Taiwan for the first Plus League regular season basketball game. Some of the highlights from the first half. Here's Yang Jingming, Amigo, driving and laying in the first bucket of the league history. Here we are also on screen there in the corner. Made three by Tucker Zaisev. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, but held to a limited effectiveness with 3 personal fouls. Tucker showing off his skills and his hard work in the weight room. Chen for the easiest layup you might see all season. And of course, Amigo, 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. There's the tank. Now there's the other hand. Jet, not known for range shooting, but able to knock down consecutive shots. Of course, getting to the hoop like he's known for. Jaron Young banged around a little bit, but he's still hanging in there. Including one of these. That time Brendan Smart guarding him. Fun play over here by Yang to Yang connection. Yang Senyan to Yang Jingming. Rookie Brendan Smart also getting on the board on that side. So thanks for joining our broadcast. We'll be back after another quick break before we tip off for the second half of this first inaugural Plus League basketball game. I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back after a break. On your screen right now are the top scorers from each team. Jet Chang on the left and Yang Jiming, Amigo on the right for the Braves and Dreamers respectively. A reminder, help prevent COVID-19 from affecting yourself, your loved ones, and your community. Wear your mask outside your house, wash your hands frequently, and follow the guidelines of health experts. The vaccine plus the safe practices will get us through these times. It's our opportunity to shout out the basketball-loving fans across of Asia, including the ABL. But as part of that, Coach Ben, is the heightened expectations for the Braves and the Dreamers, who did play, you could say, overseas in a sense. They were the last team to play in the preseason and the first two teams to play in the regular season. There's a lot expected of them in the competition.
Oh, definitely a lot expected of themselves. You mentioned our fans for the ABL. I'm sure most of them are very familiar with a lot of these players, regardless whether it's the imports. As we see Darren Young steal the ball from Mike Singletary. A lot of the locals, I'm sure they're familiar with too.
Unable to hit, and the ball will bounce over the backboard, out of bounds.
Again, these teams have complete rosters. They have some continuity on their rosters, so they're definitely going to be two of the favorites to win the championship here in the first year of the Plus League. See how they're able to handle those expectations.
You know, there's a lot of crossovers, including one of the standouts, Michael Singletary, with the Mono Vampires from Thailand. Right now, giving the ball up to Zaitsev in the high post. They're close to us now.
And after a fairly quiet first half, Coach Roger trying to get Big Z involved very early. As we see Darren Young's effort on the defensive end again. Again, Kyle Julius will be happy with that defensive possession.
Good job by the Dreamers defending the whole 24. And Darren Young getting the block.
See
Tucker.
Get a chance now to see if Coach Rogers changed the defensive game plan on Amigo in the second half here.
Young working off of Brendan Smart. Driving, getting bumped, shooting that one. Not even close. Zaitsev taking it, dishing it to Lewis. He's open on the right side. Yes.
Again, as we can see, Fubon's always going to run their shooters wide. They're going to have wide open shots if they have bigs bringing the ball up the floor.
Now Young will try to counter. That shot goes all the way down.
And again, that's something I'm sure Coach Roger talked to the Braves about in the halftime. We can't have guys get looks right off the catch.
Getting around Lewis. Gives away the mid-range. Now the Singletary. Getting back up to Lewis up top. A little strong. Young collects the rebound, and we'll have a 3-on-3 going the other way. Tucker to Young. Will shoot from the right side. Also another one.
Again, after shooting 10 of 18 from 3 in the first half, the Dreamers picking up right where they left off.
2 minutes into the second half, the score now, Dreamers 60, Braves 56. Zaitsev, the Singletary in the block. Going to the other side now. Poked away, now the Dreamers will come back on offense. Yang Sung-yin underneath, nope. To Young. So maybe the shot will drive inside and not called again. Very frustrated. Zaitsev kind of just throw that one away.
Again, despite the fact that he probably didn't have the greatest stat line in the first half, Derek Lee has done a great job defensively, just making Big Z work and then igniting the fast break so that the Dreamers can get threes on the break.
I remember when Derek first entered semi-professional basketball with the Yulong car manufacturer. There's a lot of talk about the difficulties they'll face against foreign players, but he's made it 10 years, so credit to him.
Exactly. Derek, after kind of riding the bench for 10 years in the local league, has finally gotten a chance to start here. He's actually very familiar with Big Z. He played up against him in the local SBL for the past couple seasons, so he's shown that he's done a good job, again, not being able to stop him completely, but just being able to make him work.
Couple screens for Jet. Won't go anywhere. So Lewis working on the shorter Yang Sung-yin. To Zaitsev, who can shoot the three. A little short. Tucker with the rebound. Up to Young. The Dreamers will head down on offense. Foul called on the floor. A little bit of a hand check by Jet Li, sporting a dark-colored Nike headband.
And that's something that I'm sure Derek would love to see. Big Z popping out, shooting in the three means a little less possibility for one of his fourth fouls.
A little bit of housekeeping. There are 4 teams, the aforementioned Braves and Dreamers, on the screen right now. There's Yang. Looked like he missed everything. Give me a chance to explain that tomorrow we'll see the Taoyuan Pilots. Next weekend, we'll see the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers make their season debut and their home debut. You mentioned earlier that each team will operate a home arena, which is unique to basketball in Taiwan. There's Jet, another pull-up. His fifth.
Never for lack of confidence. Dribble right in the defender's face.
Maybe a sign of the times. Poked away. Amigo underneath a Singletary. Alert enough. Intercept the pass. There's Tucker giving him plenty of room.
Again, that's a game plan mistake right there. I'm sure Coach Julius talked to him at halftime. Got to get a hand up.
Now Young will try to counter. Short and to the right. This time Jet, known for driving the interior, floats it up, no good. Young will collect. Making his way all the way to the hoop. Unable to finish over Smart, who flipped the other way, but reverse layup. Jaron Young is on the board again.
See the Dreamers taking a page out of the Braves book, getting out there in transition, missing the shot, but getting an offensive rebound.
Now looking for a Singletary post up. He's working on Young. That ball will bounce over close to us into the press row.
Dreamers doing a great job of getting in front of post-ups, not letting them have easy passes. They've stolen a couple, forced a couple turnovers, but again, no easy catches in the paint.
There's Young trying to make a tough layup, but fortunate to get the rebound and putting it back on the other side.
You can see on that possession, Brandon Smart just being an observer, and now he's going to be observing from the bench.
Pass kind of out of the reach of Derek. It'll be a turnover for the Dreamers, who are kind of getting a little momentum. Up by 3.7 minutes and 13 seconds left on the third quarter clock.
Again, the turnover off the post, or the pass to the post. The Dreamers doing a great job of nothing easy, but again, missing easy shots is not going to do it.
Kenny Chen with a little bit too strong of a layup. Lewis with a floater and short. Looks like both teams are a little bit out of it right now.
Yeah, and a little sloppy coming out of the half, maybe a little bit like the first quarter. Hopefully we can kind of get back in the groove a little bit soon.
So with only 4 teams in the league, there will only be 48 total games. That's 24 per team. There's a tough layup made by Amigo. He'll poke it away, but he'll go out of bounds and it'll stay Braves ball. With only 24 games on their schedule, it's a very modest number. We'll talk about this after the break. Thanks for watching the Plus League on YouTube, Momo TV, and FTV. I'm Ryan Chen, and along with Coach Ben, we'll be right back.
前面的时候有我们台新梦想家的旗帜，经过你前面楼上楼下的朋友们都来运动一下，起立坐下，把手举起来，象征我们波浪的形状，来迎接我们比赛胜利，把我们的气势掀到最高潮。准备好了吗 ？Ready go！ 耶！手举在上面的朋友们，
站起来，站起来！
好，持续轮到这边
的朋友们，
好，我们还有时间，再来一圈，持续重来一趟，加油！
活动一下你的筋骨，准备再站起来。
表现得非常好，对面上面的球队朋友。
You're watching the Plus League on YouTube, brought to you in Mandarin and English broadcast. If you're enjoying the game or the broadcast, leave a like and contribute to the chat. If you're watching in post, leave a comment. Tell us how excited you are. I'm looking out in the crowd and I see some of our fans wearing the special Fantasy and Plus League crossover gear. We'll show that off if we get a chance. You can buy that on the Plus League site, pleagueofficial.com. Anyways, Coach Ben, we kind of got into it a little bit. The number of games on our 4-team schedule is kind of on the modest side. There are only 4 teams after all. Kind of want to avoid competitive fatigue.
Yeah, exactly. With only 4 teams in the league, it's we're already going to be facing each other 8 times in the entire season. So to go any more than that may be a little tough. But again, rather start from a point of quality as a point of quality from the first season.
So that will be 12 games at home and 12 games on the road. Right now, the highlights is still running as the action continues on the floor. Get that to you shortly. Lewis from the corner, unable to hit.
Again, we'll see as Coach Julius takes Derek out of the game. The Dreamers go into a zone to protect the undersized big.
Applying good pressure on Tucker, but he's all the way to the hoop and called for the foul. Is that his fourth on Zaitsev?
Coach Rogers got a decision to make now. Again, with their only big in foul trouble, how much longer is he going to let him go, or is he going to go small right away?
So Lai Tingan and Taiwan Chen will come on. That's Little Race Car and Winston, foreign import player. So Zaitsev will stay in right now. He has 4 personal. He's the only player in significant foul trouble at this point.
Again, a reminder here in the Plus League with we have 48-minute games, so they have 6 fouls to work with. So Zaitsev has another couple fouls to work with. It looks like Coach Rogers is going to try and protect those last 2 fouls and get one of his rookie bigs.
So the substitution looks like it will be called off by Roger, and Braves will inbound.
Again, the Dreamers trying to protect Chenley, their undersized big. Going with that zone, and Jed finding an open spot and then missing the 3.
Shot goes up, and Usamoy will collect the rebound. Hardly played in the first half, just about 3 minutes. Tucker with a step back. A little off iron. Kenny Chen flying for the rebound and fouled on his way down. Certainly an athletic matchup that the Dreamers are looking to take advantage of no matter what part of the court.
We can see that the Dreamers are being a lot more aggressive on the offensive glass as we start up the second half. A couple offensive rebounds already.
Certainly on whoever Lai Tingan is guarding. Would be a good candidate to make your way inside when the shot goes up. Now Tianlei controlling, handing off to Tucker.
Again, Tianlei being one of the most accomplished players in Taiwanese basketball history.
Tucker with a side spinning shot, just able to connect with the basket to avoid the shot clock violation. Zaitsev driving inside, floating it, tough layup.
Again, his second drive from the top of the key in this game. I'm sure that's not something that Coach Julius wants to see.
So, like you said, they're letting the physical play go. Tucker, a little shake and bake, now working right, slipping through and in. 2 points for the professor.
But again, that's where having Tianlei play in the 5 is paying off for the Dreamers. Again, there's just so much space. If they get that past that first line of defense, there's going to be wide open shots in the basket.
Winston finding some room, but a little foul on the floor as the shot went up.
Again, we see that Coach Rogers' trust in Big Z has been tested as we have this.
So once they clear everything up, we'll get back into action. But for now, it looks like we'll have a video replay, perhaps assessing the degree of the foul.
Again, the initial call being an unsportsmanlike on Jaron Young. Him getting tangled up below the basket with the Fubon big Eor Zaitsev. We'll see after the refs go to the replay how they decide to make the call.
So, trying to communicate with Coach Julius, maybe a little bit too close to the referees getting on top of the video monitor over there on that right side of the scorer table. If you're from the camera number 1 facing that side.
Again, Jaron Young, we talked about it before. He's an active player. He's a passionate player. And he's definitely not going to back down from anybody. So when he's going in there, as Ryan, you said earlier, you sometimes worry about him because he's a high flyer. He's going to get involved in every play. Obviously, he's going to get involved in it a little bit. But Coach Julius has done a good job of keeping him composed. We'll see how this calling comes out. And we'll see how they proceed from here. Look to see what the refs call. Unsportsmanlike indeed.
That's to Jaron Young, right now taking a seat on the bench. From Cedar Hill, Texas, went to Wright State, and formerly played for the Singapore Slingers. And indeed, we see that like secondary action by Young.
Not sure if the refs didn't see the first part of that play or what happened there, but regardless, you see Jaren Young getting a rest on the bench. He's a little tired, but Coach Julius just made him get his mind right.
So probably on the rare occasion, Tianlei and Derek Li Dewei will be on the floor together. Zaisev knocking in that free throw to pull it to within 6 points.
We'll see if Coach Julius sticks with that zone he's been in, or if he'll go back into a more traditional man-to-man. But again, there, Tianlei on the perimeter defending, it's going to be interesting.
The long arms of Zaisev kind of getting to the wrong spot to Jaren Young. We see there on the replay. Another free throw, up and in. For the Dreamers, Kenny Chen, Woo Sung-wei, Li Dewei, Tianlei, and Anthony Tucker on the floor. Defending against the Braves. Jet not going all the way with his attack. Winston refusing the shot and then choosing for the runner. All the way will collect the rebound and throw a little bit behind Tucker. They'll set up their offense. Tucker pulls up, a little short. He hasn't had that prolific scoring like in the preseason where he hit 6 of 6 three-pointers in the first quarter against the Lioneers. Winston running out of room, lucky to hit iron. Jet will collect the rebound with the 14-second aftershock clock.
Again, we can see Derek pressuring Zaitsev, whether he's on the interior or on the perimeter, picking up the foul this time. But again, making him work. Nothing easy.
That time, Derek more or less caught by Zaitsev with some interesting hand fighting, to borrow an American football term.
It's we call experience, right? We see the Dreamers dropping back into his zone, giving Jet the wide open shot. The problem with the zone is, again, offensive rebounds, offensive rebounds.
With that, the score is pulled to within 3. The Dreamers had the largest lead in the game with 14 points in the first half. Tucker driving the middle, now to Woo Sung-wei, all the way. And will knock that one in.
Again, we talk about Derek's contributions off the ball. Great role by him to attract the weak side defender and open up the wide open shot. You see, Smart missed the 3, but the Braves, another offensive rebound.
Little Kenny Chen with the block shot from behind against Singletary. Tucker with a lane, but to Tianlei from the corner, a little strong. That second bounce, no good either. It looks like a mismatch over here, but Lai Hyun will pull up. 2 Braves can't corral that rebound, and the Dreamers will get the defensive board. Now leading by 6. But Kenny, that ball almost getting away. Saved. Kind of playing some hot potato right now until it hits Anthony Tucker. Tianlei driving. Braves with a turnover.
Again, Ryan, you said it when he came in the game. I'm sure that Tianlei and Derek Lee probably haven't played too much together. Both sides getting a little sloppy, not knowing where to go defensively and offensively. Let's see if both teams can go into their timeouts and clean things up a little bit.
Now, what we haven't mentioned is that the Plus League will exclusively play their games on the weekends. Right now, we're getting a little bit of a peek into the Braves timeouts. Certainly difficult to tell what they draw specifically, but they're talking about getting the Beast involved, trying to calm things down. So anyways, 3 stops in the preseason in 3 cities all took place on the weekends. We mentioned October 17th and 18th in Hsinchu, November 7th and 8th in Taipei, where the Braves call home at Heping Arena, and November 21st and 22nd in Taichung. So with the regular season also having this weekend exclusive schedule, the idea is for the fans to make 2-day trips to a city where the home team will play back-to-back and the road teams will swap. for the teams themselves, Ben, how does that dynamic change for their preparation and their recovery?
Well, I think that a lot of people talked about the NBA playing in the bubble without the travel. Again, the quality of basketball was a lot better than what we're normally seeing. We saw a lot of players have great performances that we're not normally used to. The same thing hopefully will happen here, where there's not nearly as much traveling. Only one team will have a back-to-back, and we're going to be able to see some quality basketball every weekend here in Taiwan.
So every game, the teams can register 12 players on their active roster, but the number of reserves might be necessary given that they do play back-to-back, but they have all week to recover. So now, Dreamers heading down on offense, only 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tianlei working on Zaitsev, not going anywhere. Yang Jiming with a step back from the left side, a little strong. Brendan Smart with the rebound. So let's see them execute. Number 12, Zijie Beast in the game on your graphic, along with Smart and Singletary, Jet, and Zaitsev with a step back, mid-range, battles in and out. Zaitsev, no problem with the rebound, but unable to get a clean shot up.
That's something where the Dreamers got to see Derek being out of the game. He's got a gang rebound. Again, Tianlei by himself is not going to be able to get all the rebounds, so those guards going to come crack back and at least poke something out so everybody else can get a piece.
Inbounding the ball from the corner, Smart will receive. For the Beast again, he's marked by Tucker, dribbling it off his own foot.
Again, Coach Julius loves these two imports, not just because they're able to put points on the board, but we've seen them both be able to move to their feet, get in front of guys, force turnovers, force offensive fouls.
So one of those import players, Tucker, kind of causing maybe a modest little stir when he, in one of the press conferences, was very confident in his abilities. Jump ball called. Kenny Chen got tied up with Zaitsev on his way up.
I believe a couple possessions ago you called him Little Kenny Chen. I think on that play with going up against Big Z, he was definitely Little Kenny Chen going up against Big Z.
Into the replay.
Just getting swallowed up. But that's what we talked about before. A lot of guys just got to know you can't swipe down at the ball. Don't give the refs that space to call that foul.
Yang with a layup and soft roll thanks to the left hand. Minute and 12 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Dreamers have pulled this game apart just a little bit. Beast driving middle, clean run to the hoop. It's a game a little tighter. So over here, Roger getting a sub in. Looks like this number 7 Weber might come into the game. I can't be too demeaning of Kenny. He is 6'1". Now there's a 3-0 Jeff. Left-handed layup line. That'll get the game to within 4 points. 40 seconds left in the third quarter.
See if the Dreamers do a little bit of job of clock management here to end the third quarter.
Tucker, early shot, no good. Young, contested rebound. We got a fingers pointing everywhere. Looks like it'll stay Dreamers basketball. So the Dreamers will take it out of the corner after, but not before the timeout before called by Kyle Julius.
Again, seeing how the first quarter and second quarter ended, Coach Julius calling a timeout to make sure that the Dreamers get something good out of this possession, as we see Amigo laying it up. Again, in the third quarter, he wasn't quite as hot as he was from 3 in the first half, but he was good at driving to the basket and getting good looks and finishing. Hopefully we can see Kyle Julius drawing up a play and see if they can get something out of it to extend their lead going into the fourth.
All right, here we go, look. 5. Okay, Sunway, Tucker here, Sunway here, Amigo here. Amigo, come up and dive, you might have a shot. Tucker, hook around, Sunway around Gary. Gary, pop out. Kenny, you're throwing it in. You have that? You have that? Or look at Amigo going back door. Okay, got it? Let's go. Together, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, White.
Again, as we hear Coach Julius drop the play, we'll see how they execute and what looks they get out of it. Again,
before the season got underway, Kyle Julius signed a 3-year contract with the Formosa Taishin basketball operations. They're headed up by Kai, Jonathan Han. There on the screen. Kenny looks like he'll be the inbounder. Let's see how this option play works out. Ooh, won't get the ball until he's forced into the backcourt. Now, Jet with interception and with a two-handed slam. So after that exciting play, Tianlei from the corner can't counter. Two Dreamers and a little bit of a tussle with Beast over there in the corner, and he's very theatrically tries to help out his opponent up.
There's a reason he's called Beast. But again, there's another example of the Dreamers just not managing the clock well, turning it over, getting scored on, coming down, shooting a quick three, and now they're going to give the Braves a chance to maybe cut the game.
They were working on early offense in their practice yesterday. Beast through the middle to Weber, his first shot of the game, off iron. Now with that, we head to the fourth quarter. Dreamers with just a 2-point lead. Probably to be expected, a very competitive game. Just kick us off with the Plus League basketball season. The first season in professional basketball after 20 years. We'll be right back after the break with the fourth quarter.
Yeah， 再一次谢谢 Formosa Sexy。We MVPs, remember rest in peace, yeah. I said meet him, serve you at Kobe， 让你记得我叫什么名，买后几。好，这首歌呢也是我之前已经看我所演唱的《Plus League》的主题曲《All the Way》。
You're watching the Plus League on YouTube, brought to you in Mandarin and English broadcast. If you're enjoying the game or the broadcast, leave a like and join the conversation on the live chat. On screen right now, Jet Chang.
Again, Jet continuing his performance from the first half with 9 in the third. Getting a little break here, so we'll be able to use him at the end of the fourth.
Young from way deep. Missing everything. Amigo with a smart play over here, bouncing the ball off of the defender. Here's Weber, who got a little bit of playing time at the end of the third quarter, now starting the fourth. Young inbounding, not having too much openings, but Achi is there to receive. Now Young with not a lot of time left. To Amigo, he's swarmed by 2. Derek underneath, too late. Shot clock violation.
So as you can see, Ryan, in the fourth quarter, the big difference we have, only one import on the court for both sides. So again, it's going to be a lot of opportunities for locals to show what they can do, and they're going to have a lot of chance to decide who wins this game. Again, Coach Julius going with Jaron Young to begin with, and Coach Roger going with Big Z.
There's Beast working the left side, but intercepted. That pass not getting to the target. Yang Sung-yin, Yang Jingming for 3 on the left side, no good. Winston collects the board, and back they come.
Again, Amigo with 0 for 3 from the 3 in the second half.
Smart from the top, unable to hit. Into the corner. Ball will go out of bounds. Dreamers will go on offense. Looks like both teams are interested in picking up the pace. Young bringing the ball back up. Here we see Roger. Dunwending on your screen. Longtime national team center. Aki from the top end. Rattled that one home.
But again, that's what we talked about in the first half. It's those little screens. So we're going to switch. We're going to stay with our own. We're going to show a little bit of miscommunication, and Aji taking advantage of it with the three-pointer.
Young sagging off of Smart. Now he pulls up. Derek with the rebound. Pretty intentional that Jaron Young is nearby to help out against Zaitsev.
Exactly. He's everywhere on the defensive end. Again, going after matchups. Again, with the small pick and roll. Again, switching. We don't know. But again, being able to force the foul on Brendan Smart.
Jimmy kind of crossing Smart up there. And getting the foul. So the only exception is, well, we could consider an exception, is with the Taoyuan Pilots with Quincy Davis, an LA native, but he's now a nationalized ROC Taiwan citizen, so he won't occupy a foreign player. So Aji from the right side, unable to hit.
That's right. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good look with him in tomorrow's games. The Taoyuan Pilots face these Formosa Dreamers right here.
Beast working off Aji, big time size advantage. Will step through and lay that one off the glass. No problem.
Again, hunting for matchups. The Dreamers going with small pick and rolls.
Young.
Getting good looks, but not being able to take advantage of it.
Leaving that one a little short. 3-point lead for the Dreamers. Again, for the folks watching, we play 12-minute quarters here in the Plus League. Winston, fancy move, but blocked that time. Young Jimmy racing ahead against Smart with a left-handed layup, no contest, and 2 points are in.
Yeah, we can see now with only one import being able to be on the court at the same time, both sides are going after mismatches. Beast finding Aji, going right after him.
Leaving Smart open, he shoots in the corner, unable to hit. Smart from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Out here in Taiwan for college, where he was teammates with number 11, Ling Junji. Right now in front of Julius. Getting a replay of the all the way move by Amigo. Interestingly enough, that's also the theme song for the Plus League. There's Amigo with a shot, short. Fatigue could be setting in.
Still 0 for 3 for the second half.
There's the Beast for the top, rattles that one out. Amigo will collect the rebound, and after unscrambling it with Lewis, will go to the hoop and lay it up and in.
And that's the second time in this fourth quarter that they've gotten a rebound, gotten close to coach. No stopping the ball. Again, something Coach Roger can't be happy with.
That is the risk you run when you leave your guys in for offensive rebounds.
Exactly. That's why he said it's going to be the tale of two teams.
Lewis and Zaitsev both attacking the middle. Shot no good. Putback is no good as well. Now the hook shot, yes.
Again, the Braves dominating the paint on the offensive board, and then we'll see if the Dreamers will be able to take advantage on the three-point line.
Aji waiting for the play to develop, gets the handoff. We'll flip that one back to Beast, so that's a turnover. He's coming down strong to Winston with a pump fake, and the secondary shot was beat good.
You see Amigo with the business decision there on defense, taking a swipe at the ball, but not really trying to go for defense. Leading immediately to Coach Julius calling a timeout and not letting the Braves get any closer.
Tomorrow we'll get to see the Pilots, and next week we'll get to see the Lioneers, but first we'll go to break and we'll be back with Braves Dreamers here in Changhua. Thanks for watching the Plus League.
It's gonna be alright. We don't even have to try.
The Plus League is headed up by CEO Charles Chen. You got to see him if you watch the YouTube broadcast. Yang Jiming with a couple layups made.
Again, and that's something where we were talking about in the first half. Brendan Smart did a great job of protecting the basket. Got a nice block with his left hand. Again, he's a guy who's not going to be in the game for that long. He's got fouls to use. He's got to make that a tough shot.
So, as I was saying, Charles Chen with a very, very brief remarks, just thanking the crowd, thanking those at home. Well, actually, he just said thank you after displaying some emotions. It's been a long way to get this league going. Kinley with a shot and turning around before it even lands.
Again, we see the Braves going into a zone out of the timeout to try and mess up the play, but the Dreamers doing a good job passing the ball, finding an open shot for one of the best shooters in Taiwan.
Helpers off with Zaisev. The Beast will cut down the middle, outside to Lewis. He's got the open shot and short. Tucker skying up for the rebound, and he'll go the other way. Well, among the 1,000 things that need to be taken care of, there are a lot of people who are behind this operation. There's Tianlei again for three, a little bit strong. So the league will be in charge of the broadcast, not the individual teams like in other sports leagues and sports industries. Beast looking for an opening. Lewis. Mengxue from the right side. Almost in, but no good. Number 13. Forward for the Braves will get to see a second stint.
Again, the Dreamers showing his own look. A little bit of miscommunication on the weak side. Wide open shot, but I'm sure that Coach Julius can live with a wide open shot from number 13 right there.
Tianlei known for being a big who plays on the outside, knocking down threes, and a very good penetrator at his peak. Now a veteran.
A veteran, is that another way to say old?
Partially.
Okay. I mean, he's 37 years old, one of the 2 or 3 oldest players in the league. So yes, veteran, you got it.
Yes. Anyways, we're lucky to have all the games broadcasted on YouTube, and a majority of them with an English broadcast. Kenny with a tough shot, just missing by just a little bit. Shout out to all the guys and gals behind the scenes making this possible. Lewis working off a Tien. Into Jack, who's in the game. Give and go. Not quite there. He'll collect his own rebound.
Again, we can see Coach Roger getting Jet back in the game for the last 7 minutes or so. Let's see if he's still as hot as he was before. Dreamers going with the switch.
Missed shot. Tucker will collect another rebound.
Again, Jet bailing Derek out, not making him move his feet.
Kinley thought about it, but no. Tucker getting the double attention. Yang Sen-Yen from the right side, a little too strong. So the three-point percentage going down steadily for the Dreamers. Kind of a foul on the floor.
That's what we talked about. The 48-minute game is going to be a lot different. Again, this is a traditional FIBA game. Again, the game's already done. So those last 8 minutes, especially with this high level of competition, it's going to be a lot different for these players to get used to.
So we're ready to get going again. Jack, Zhen Xiangqun controlling up top, handing off to Zhang Zhongxin. I was speaking to some reporters earlier, and before Julius arrived, the Dreamers were actually already kind of getting smaller in their size and height, trying to take advantage of maybe some 3 is greater than 2 math, but it certainly would be tough playing longer games and kind of having to go against bigger bodies.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see it as the season moves on. The Dreamers have actually, as you see, Anthony Tucker going with another 3 off a handoff. They've gone in a different direction, going with a lot of American-born Taiwanese players. Again, they'll be more familiar with the Coach Julius' system, and we can see Coach Julius' system has them up by 9 here in the 4th quarter. See what Coach Roger has as far as game plan changes as we go into this timeout.
5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. Again, replay look, just an easy handoff and shot.
That's something where the rookie Jack has to know on those handoffs. He's got to get up to the level of the screen because Anthony Tucker isn't going to hesitate like Tianlei did on that last shot. Again, you give him that much space, he's going to get.
So in the preseason, you mentioned before, the Braves defended the best, holding their opponents to 36% of shooting, pulling down more than 80 boards than their opponents through 6 games. utilizing the fresh legs and getting all 17 guys involved. Not the case tonight. Of course, we have the limited rosters. But of course, that comes with a caveat. The pilots and the Lioneers didn't have any of their imports players out of quarantine.
Like we mentioned earlier, this season has been a challenge as far as how these coaches are going to get their rosters accustomed to each other. Not to speak of, again, we said the Braves and the Dreamers are very familiar. They have some continuity, but as far as the pilots go and as far as the Lioneers go, one is an expansion team, another is completely from a different league. So they have a lot of work to do as far as getting their systems involved. And again, this year with the COVID regulations, people having to come in and quarantine for 14 days, it's tough to get accustomed. But these two teams have gotten accustomed quite well, as we see the Dreamers, again, mixing up the defense a little bit.
From the top, Beast unable to hit still. Jack collecting the rebound, and they'll get another chance.
Yeah, Braves have done a good job getting into the heart of that zone.
After some contact over here, the Dreamers collect the rebound. Some bigs close to us, still winding, and Charles Garcia, they saw the foul, potential foul. Yang Jiming missing left.
Yeah, and Amigo struggling from the perimeter in the second half. Again, we see the Dreamers sticking with that 3-2 zone, trying to protect the paint.
Zaitsev patient, fouled first on the floor.
Again, the Braves have done a good job breaking that zone. They've just had a tough time making open shots. And we've seen a couple layups miss. We've seen a couple wide open threes from the corner miss. They know exactly how to attack it, but in the end, got to make those shots.
So, if you're watching this right now, this is not an illusion. This is a almost packed arena here in Sanhua. Thanks to COVID-19 prevention, Jet makes another three.
Again, and that's going to be the weak spot in that zone. They've got a couple wide open looks already. Jet being able to put that shot in, cutting the lead to 6 with about 4 minutes left in the game.
Kind of a loose three-quarter man-on-man. Now the Dreamers will head back on offense. Unfortunately, we've had bad experience with SARS back in 2004, which is how Taiwan CDC has been preparing for a virus like COVID. Ball thrown out of bounds off of Tianlei, so the Braves will retain. Over here, Winston, helpful on the Braves bench, getting that ball back.
Again, you see the Dreamers sticking into that zone, getting Derek out on the perimeter, but again, it's going to be that corner. Jet not being able to put it in this time.
Tucker taking your advice, getting involved with the defensive rebounding. Now stepping up, looking for a teammate.
See the same set, trying to get guys off a double stagger, and then going into the pick and roll. Derek with a good job rolling. See if we can get the ball to him.
In the corner and throwing it away above the courtside seats.
Yeah, that's the second time in the fourth quarter that the Dreamers bigs have been stuck dribbling. Tianlei with the turnover at the top of the key. Derek with the turnover, trying to make the pass baseline. Something I'm sure Coach Rogers is happy to see.
To the corner, Beast driving inside. No opening yet, but he hooks it backwards. Tianlei collects the rebound. 6-point lead for the Dreamers. We are under 3:14 in the game.
Again, let's see if Amigo can do what he's done well in the second half and get some shots in the paint. He's thrown a bit from the perimeter.
Having that one poked away, they'll reset. Looks like an isolation for Yang. Working off the Beast, his Chinese Taipei teammate. Poked away. But Kenny able to get the ball back. Jet leaking out. He's very good at that.
Fatigue looking to set in as you see
Tucker rattling that one out. For the Braves with a head of steam. Jet underneath the block.
Again, Ryan, you said it. Jet great at leaking out on those missed threes. There's going to be some long rebounds and some good outlet transition.
A slight advantage for the Dreamers. Zhang Gongshan took a awkward tumble into the cameraman, but he's back on defense. Derek underneath.
Again, we said Derek has done an unbelievable job in this whole game, just setting great screens, rolling to the basket, again, moving the defense. Again, as a local big, you're not going to score 30 points a game, but if you can roll hard, if you can make the import big's life difficult, again, coach is going to find time for you on the court.
That's Zaitsev's 5th personal foul, so the next one will be a disqualification and a foul out. Young hesitating on the pass. He's running out of time. Driving to the basket. Pass to Tianlei. A little bit too much mustard on that one.
Again, we can see Amigo's done a great job of getting to the basket in the second half. Unfortunately, pass a little bit slippery.
We're approaching underneath 2 minutes in the game. The players got to be aware they have their timeout that they can call. It's a unique feature that's not in FIFA basketball. That shot, missing a little short. Beast, he'll try another shot. That one will bounce in.
Again, the Dreamers sticking with that 3-2 zone. Having a little bit of a trouble getting those defensive rebounds.
Only a 1-point lead for the Dreamers. Tucker just getting over the timeline with a big crossover, driving to the hoop. Hung on to, but unable to finish the layup. There's the Beast driving in the middle. Now Tang on the right side, unable to hit Zaitsev. With a foul on the rebound, Tianlei getting hit in the head.
You see bodies everywhere. Again, a minute and a half left in the game, winning time. Everybody's going to be going after it.
He'll need a second to get himself together.
As we see Tianlei taking a hit to the head, Coach Julius making a move, getting Jaron Young in for these last minute and 30 seconds. We'll see if Coach Roger keeps Big Z in the game or also goes with the move himself.
So a little bit of commotion on the floor. They're trying to get the floor cleaned up. With 2 minutes, with less than 2 minutes, the players can call their own timeouts, which is a feature we've long been used to watching NBA basketball, but is new to leagues abroad. Lewis with a screen and a shot, missing short.
Again,
Jack with a rebound.
That's something, the Braves are getting wide open shots. They just got to make them at this point.
So right now with a kind of a more 2-1-2 zone. Dribbling out of bounds, and it'll be Dreamer basketball.
Again, the Braves couldn't ask for a better look there. Lewis just not being able to put it in.
Young receiving the inbound. They'll try to set up a good shot. Now working off of Zhang Zongxian. Young to Dare. Probe in the middle. Now Tianlei with a shot. A little bit too strong. Zaitsev with a rebound. We're coming down to crunch time. Zhang Zongxian. To Lewis. Hesitates. Might have got him away with a travel. We'll tuck that one out to Beast. Big jump. Yes! 2-point lead for the Braves. They say the entire island of Taiwan is his home court. This might be the Dreamers' home court, but there's certainly a lot of applause for number 12, Lin Zijie. He captained his team in the CBA. The coaches and the other teammates trusted him so much and looked up to him. But now he's back in Taiwan, his home, to play some Plus League basketball.
Exactly. We can see you talked about Tianlei being a veteran player. Same thing for Beast. He's 38 years old, so we can see Coach Roger took care of his playing time in the second half, let him get a little bit of rest in the beginning of the third quarter, but at the end of the fourth quarter, it's definitely going to be Beast time.
Lin Zijie has an interesting story. Not playing a lot of organized basketball until he reached college, where he went to Cultural University of Taiwan, Wenhua Da. Getting a listen into each bench.
Split it. Amigo, hand off. Pin down for Tucker.
Down
Motion pin.
in the score. What do the Braves do to get a shot and get a stop?
Okay, motion pin.
We've seen the whole game. One of the biggest problems that the Dreamers have had is those late quarter situations. Again, they've had some turnovers. They've had some early shots that they haven't been able to take advantage of. We'll see right now. Coach Julius set him a good play. We're going to get Tucker off a hand or off a pin down. See if he's able to get a good shot and be able to make it.
36 and 92 hundredths of a second left in the ball game.
Again, we haven't gotten an official number on the crowd here today, but close to 8,000 here have definitely gotten their money's worth.
Coach, do you have any fond memories or memorable experiences here in Zhanghua?
I have a lot of good ones and a lot of ones that I'm trying to forget. So we'll watch this last play and see if we have a little bit of time to get into that.
If not, we can break into that tomorrow. We'll be back with more Plus League games here in Sanhua, home of the Dreamers. Right now they have possession, but down a point.
Again, so we see the handoff, pinned down for Tucker.
Still guarded tightly by Zhang Rongxian. Swallowed, out of time, and another shot clock violation. Nope, just a turnover. Zhang will hang on to possession.
He called it.
Looks like the Dreamers will choose the foul.
Again, and that's something that the refs are going to have to get used to. You can see that Jet called for a 20-second timeout, which is something that they're allowed to do. The ref standing right in front of him wasn't able to give him the call. Not sure if they're going to go back and talk about this or what's going to happen.
So indeed, it is a 30-second player called timeout. So in this situation, not very officially, but the players have to stay on the floor, stay standing with their coaches. So a big scramble in the middle. We'll figure that out as we go. We've been playing with these modified rules in the preseason. Now, a very important possession for both teams. 15.24 seconds left in the game. Dreamers got to prevent the Braves from freezing this game out.
This is something where we got to see what Coach Julius is going to do. He's probably going to go one hard trap, see if they can steal it off the pass. If not, just go for the steal. Again, Coach Roger knows that they're kind of going to be going for the foul, so he's going to get the ball in his best ball handler's hands, get it in his best free throw shooter's hands, and see what happens.
Now, an interesting coaching decision here is whether you leave in your guys for their particular roles or you get 4 or 5 good free throw shooters in the game right now.
At this point, a lot of it is you got to see if you can get the ball in bounds. Again, we can see that Coach Roger has a lot of trust in Big Z. 1, because he's going to be able to hit free throws. 2, because he's going to be a nice safety if anything happens. Him talking to Beast right now about what he's going to do.
Over with the black and red striped hat, someone trying to get in the game too. Not registered for the game today. So Jet will inbound. Zaitsev flashing across the middle and receiving. Derek guarding him tight. Kind of a touch foul there, but it will be called. They had a foul to give.
Okay. Again, Derek with 5 fouls. One more foul and he's out of the game. So we'll see if Coach Julius gets him out, knowing that you're in a fouling situation.
So to catch everybody up, 88-86 is the score. 12.5 seconds left in the game.
Again, Winston coming into the game for the rookie Jackie. Again, somebody that Coach Roger trusts and good from the free throw line.
They found on the close side and fouled right away. That was Yang Sen-yen on Lewis. And after that, there'll be free throws. So tough situation for the Dreamers. Already down by 2 with the risk of getting this ball game spread out to a 2-possession game. Now the referees will double check, and it will be a baseline out of bounds, actually.
Problem with the official scoreboard, a little bit of confusion. Again, we're going to be taken out.
So the scoring table was adamantly giving up the 4 fingers, but the scoreboard went from 3 fouls where Derek committed outside against Zaitsev to 4, and now
looks like the confusion was on that 30-second timeout. The scorer's table counted it, and now they're going with the official ruling. 2 free throws for Lewis. See if he'll be able to put this game out of reach.
The only good thing for the Dreamers is that 3.5 seconds came off the clock, but now they might be in risk of... No, they won't.
When we talk about that home court advantage, great defense on the free throw.
So no matter what, the Dreamers still have a chance to tie, even take the lead. It's a 1-possession game, made or not. That second free throw is good. We'll have substitutions on the floor and a timeout. Coach Julius wants to talk it over.
Hopefully we'll get a chance to listen to Coach Julius' timeout and see what he's got in store.
Look. Look. Ball's here, Amigo. Okay, Kenny. Tucker. Okay, Derek. Okay. Oh, who's my 4? Young right here. Okay, Young. Cut across. Okay, Kenny. Back screen for Kenny. Flare screen for Tucker. Throw it over. Wait. Young, go here. Curl around the 5. Kenny might be open. Curl. Yeah. Okay, got it. Kenny, got it? Yeah. Kenny. Yeah, Young's going like this. Kenny, you're going off of Tucker. Tucker, you're coming off of Derek. Flare for Tucker.
All right, we talked about it this whole game. Derek's been doing a good job screening. It looks like Coach Julius is going to give him another chance to set a good screen and get Anthony Tucker wide open. See if the Dreamers will be able to execute.
I think without surprise, the DJ has pumped up the volume on the amps around here. Let's see the Dreamers inbound. Trying to tie this game up. Derek will receive, handing off to Yang Ximing. 9 seconds on the clock. The shot too strong. Derek collects the rebound. Not a lot of time left. Tucker against Zhang Zhongxian. His shot off the backboard, no good. And the Taipei Fubon Braves will take this first game in the Plus League. A historic occasion, and the team in blue will be able to come away with a W. Exciting basketball from beginning to end. The Dreamers taking the early lead, but the Braves hanging in there and playing fundamentally sound in the end, taking this one. Coach Ben, quite a rush. How was your first broadcast on a professional level?
Hey, you picked a great game to do it for. We can see that Jet getting a little bit of revenge against the former team, not just on the offensive end, but again, those last 2 possessions, it was Jet on Tucker, keeping him from being able to get a good look at the basket. So, again, great start for the Plus League, and we look forward to the games to come.
Soon we'll have our courtside interview again with our colleague Aaron Yang. Doing a great job over there. We got to work with him in the preseason as well. So 50 points in the first half for both teams, but in the second half, neither team broke across the 90 mark. Maybe that hard work in the first half leading to the fatigue and that shooting percentage going down quite a bit.
Exactly. We saw players like Amigo, who was on fire in the first half, struggled from the perimeter in the second half, especially on that last possession. So, again, that's something that Coach Julius is going to have to handle, not just for today, but again, they have a game tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 right here in Changhua. So we'll see how they adjust to that. Speaking of Amigo,
so as the crowd makes their way out, we have actually 2 courtside interviews going down right about now.
好，我们现在在场边呢，要来访问到的是阿敏啊，先请阿敏来谈一下。
with the Dreamers forward Yang Jiming, Amigo. He's asked about the excitement for the first regular season game in the Plus League after going through 6 preseason games and 3 stops. Amigo says they've been waiting for a long time. They haven't been playing since the COVID lockdowns in the late part of the winter when it turned off for the ABL. Now Aaron asking about the rule to only have 1 foreign player on the floor in the 4th, and asked about his teammates and the Braves, their performance going down the stretch. So in the past, a lot more foreign players got a lot more of the playing time at the end, but now that it will be their time to shine, the veterans, the what we call Zhongsen Dai, middle level experience, and also the new guys. Now asked about the very expressive play on the floor and the reactions. Yang is former teammates with, maybe he said, Zhang Zhongxian. He says it's good. It's good that the players express themselves and the fans get to see that excitement in the game. This is a job, but they're playing a game for a job.
好，访问完了阿敏之后呢，当然呢，在这场比赛最后赢球的是富邦勇士。我们接下来马上就要来访问志杰。来，志杰先谈一下
Dreamers
最后
interview
那
now
颗
up
的3分
to
线，讲一下那时候的感觉，然后你那时候的策略有种飙3分，
the hero perhaps of the game is Lin Zijianbi, who asked about the turnaround, talking about how picking up the pace with fast breaks was the instructions from Coach Rogers. Now by the end, where the time was running down and close was nice and tight, Beast emphasizing the importance of being focused for every possession. And now asked about the physical play. And Beast saying that this is how professional games work. The physicality to create advantages is part of the game. It is 48 minutes after all, so you got to figure out your way, figure out your advantages. Well, this is part of the excitement, is really the play on the court. So letting the players decide it will be the key. Now asked about the fan support he might get in all 4 arenas. So what he has to say to the fans that we'll see. So hurt for a lot of the ABL season, but he's very fortunate to be ready to go for the Plus League. Thanking them for the long-time support he's received ever since the early 2000s when he was a star in the SBL. So those in the stands and those watching at home on their screens, maybe on the go, on your phone, that's all the support is very needed and very much appreciated. So in the end, 89-86, the Fubon Braves will take this first game and be 1-0. We'll head to break before some post-game analysis. Stick with us. I'm Ryan Chen along with Coach Ben. We'll be right back. Back here in Zhanghua County Stadium for the post-game coverage of the first Plus League game. Coach Ben on hand with me, Ryan Chen here. Coach Ben, exciting first game. What a way to kick off the league.
Exactly. It's everything we could have expected for the first game of a season, first game of a new league. A little bit sloppy. Some great performances by some locals. And again, a 3-point game at the end. The Dreamers are falling a little bit short, but again, these are the top 2 teams in the league. They're expected to compete for the title. So again, a close game is what we could have expected.
Now after the offensive output in the first half, the second half certainly dropped those percentages down precipitously. Shooting percentage below 40% for both teams. The Braves with a rebounding advantage certainly always will be helping in their favor. Now tomorrow, also at 2:30, will be the Taoyuan Pilots taking on the home Formosa Taishin Dreamers, again here in Zhanghua County Stadium. I'll be on for the broadcast along with Coach Ben again. We look forward to more exciting basketball. The Plus League getting kicked off. What an opportunity and what a game. Our guys on the Mandarin side, and on behalf of the broadcasting crew and all the employees and workers of the league, both for the teams and for the main league operation, we thank you for watching. We look forward to having your support in the future. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya. Nice.